Hello, 72.9 The Voice audience. I am Latise Howie with Up Close Conversations, and I have my amazing co-host with me,
Sam Robinson from Chaos Conversation.
and we are right here with 72.9 The Voice, and we have the most amazing interview for you today. When I started to tell people who we were going to be talking to, I have aunties that were going crazy. I have like my neighbors, they're like, oh my gosh, really? So everybody's really excited about this particular interview. We have the amazing Miss Claudette King. She is the Bluz Queen. And guys, she is the daughter of the legendary BB King, right? So, okay, so that's just like a
Yeah, you better slow
Thank you. Thank you.
she has some amazing things that she's doing. She just wrote a book last year called My Dad and Me.
That's
Um,
correct.
and and she talks about her childhood growing up and what it was like to grow up as the daughter of, somebody who is so legendary,
Correct.
like Mr. King. But
Right.
we just want you to talk to the audience a little bit and just introduce yourself a little bit and tell them who you are. And we already know how fierce you are, but we want you to tell them.
Well, as you know, I am the daughter of Mr. B.B. King. Mr. King has 15 children. I'm his 15th child.
Hmm.
I'm the baby girl.
down.
I'm one of the
Wow.
ones that's trying to keep the legacy going. Um, I'm originally from San Francisco, California, and I have three kids. And what the crazy part about it is when I was listening to your host as he was introducing himself, he's a Robinson. My mother's maiden name is Robinson, so I'm a Robinson King.
All
Uh,
right.
That's what's really crazy about it. But I want to continue. I have been doing, I started far as in the music industry as first I started gospel in churches like any other artist. And from there, I started doing blues. And when I started blues, I had to get the okay from my dad to approve it, to let me know that I could continue. And that's what I did. And so when he passed, I was able to continue to doing, carrying the name and being
Oh,
the legends a daughter that can actually deliver and that's
oh,
so
wow.
important. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I can imagine the pressure of what that would be like if you couldn't deliver, you know?
Oh yes, yeah, yes, that's so true, that's so true.
That's a lot of pressure. And
Yeah.
with your dad being so legendary, we're going to get into um this public school upbringing you had, like just this normalcy in the world of superstardom. And I know that everybody's interested in that. I know Sam is about to jump in here any second because I'll just keep going.
well, about
Well,
well about that public school before you speak, Mrs. King. You don't see that today. You don't.
No.
That's almost unheard of in the celebrity realm or
that's
you know
true,
people
that's
in fame,
true,
especially artists and musicians.
that's true, that's true, that's true. But to answer the question that you asked, um, as I was telling you, I do have a book, and my book is called My Dad and Me. And basically, I explain being, I give a history on being a celebrity's daughter. Being that
Hmm.
I did attend school, public school, I was told not to let anyone know who I was,
Oh
who
wow.
who my father was. I was just supposed to just keep quiet. When it was things when they had the parents to come, always the only person that could attend would be my mother. And yes, but when some people did find out for it, when my dad did do some performance and I was there and they seen me and told their children and went on and on. So I was kidnapped. And that comes from letting everybody know who I was. And all that's in my book, the ins and the outs of being a celebrity child. There's so much that I've gone through being a celebrity child attending public school. But
She said she was kidnapped.
yes,
I had like a little,
Yes,
I had a little
yes.
lump
We
in my
can't
throat. I was like, what?
Yes. So you
we
when you
can't just
hear
gloss
stuff
over
like
that.
well, when you hear stuff like that, and you can, you usually don't hear it, but you do hear about other people, kids getting kidnapped. They're asking
Yeah.
for money. That stuff does exist. It does exist. Well, in my life, it did. For me being
Wow.
a celebrity child. Yeah. But like I said, my book still tells you all the
Okay.
obstacles that I went across and all the things that I endured being a celebrity child, and then how I am who I am today. And the way I did it
Okay.
is we went in from different topics, and in the topics I was able to express myself and explain what happened to me throughout my life, and it was
Hmm.
easy. It was real easy. But at first there's some parts in there that I had a problem expressing, but I said,
Yeah.
but hey, I might as well put it out there, let everybody know that it's not easy being a celebrity child, but it's
Right.
easy to be just me. Just
Oh,
me.
That's true.
Yeah,
very good
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
good
yeah,
point.
yeah,
Now, the title, The Blues Queen,
yeah.
who was that given by family, your father? Who anointed you with that great title?
That came with from my publicist. She had heard me performing, and she was like, "Girl, you a queen in what you doing. You need to go and just carry that label." And I was like, "You sure? My dad's a king. I'm gonna be a queen." And she's like, "Because, girl, when you get up there and do it, and they hear you, people are so surprised when they hear you. They don't expect that out of you." So, and I kept carrying that. Just Claudette King. And each time I would perform, I would hear somebody say, "Here's the Queen of Blues, the Queen of Blues." So I say, "Hey, I might as well go ahead and wear it."
Yes,
And
roll with it.
yeah. But getting that label, I have received many awards. I got keys to the city. I got the most
Nice.
the I got inducted to the Blues Hall of Fame. I mean numerous of awards. So I'm so honored. I'm just so honored to have that label. Yeah,
So
that
are you
title.
still touring at this point? Do you still go
I
out?
am. Yeah,
Okay.
I just left Kentucky yesterday. Not Kentucky, New York. I was in
Wow.
New York
Nice.
yesterday. Yeah, and in June I'm supposed to go overseas. That had been
Okay.
postponed for many
Oh yeah.
years
Yeah.
because of the COVID. So now it's getting ready to start up. So yeah, and I mean I have a full tour calendar. So
I'm
yeah,
Great.
sure. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what we're finding now across the board. The world is opening back up, and especially for artists. I want to ask you, and this is just a question about life in general. Like when COVID happened, because obviously it happened to all of us at the same time, right? How
yes.
did it affect your life, and what did you learn from it?
Family values.
Yes.
My children and my grandchildren, they were mainly the one I really focused on. And it also gave me the time to actually truly find myself, far
Yes.
as not just in music, because I practice a lot in music, but spiritually. It
Hmm.
really just helped me out a lot. So it didn't financially it affected me, really affected me, but I found myself, like I said, the family is what kept me really going. It
Hmm.
really did. Yeah, yeah,
Well, that's. I think when we ask that question, that is the resounding thread that we get. Everybody had to connect in that way spiritually, but also
right.
we were all home together. So your family better be your best friends, because
Otherwise, you're gonna have some problems.
otherwise, I don't know.
Now,
So let's
now,
talk
do any
about.
of
Go
your
ahead.
or any of you spoke of your children? Are any of your children are they carrying on the legacy and are they in the music the way you and your father are?
No, my
Okay.
children are all in the medical field.
Oh wow.
No, all three of them. I have three children. All three. No, it's just basically, my dad gave me his blessing. So I'm kind of glad that I'm able to do what I'm doing. There's other family members. Like I said, there's 15 of us, and I think
Yeah.
there was two others, two other that was doing, and that one person backed off. So it's just one, and I don't even think she does it anymore. So basically, it's me
Okay.
and my niece. I think it's just me and my niece
Okay.
that's
Okay.
really trying to carry the legacy. Yeah, yeah.
So 14 additional siblings. So just a little bit of background about me. My family, my mother's family, there were 14 of them. And so I totally understand that huge family dynamic. How was that, growing up with 14 other people, you know?
Well, like I said, so sometimes my father dressed a celebrity that he was. So
Yeah.
we actually got to know each other at the age when I turned 18 years old. So
Okay.
we
Yeah.
don't have that close relationship like any other family would. So
Yeah.
the family members that I'm really close to are the ones that are from my mother, basically
Okay.
from my mother's side.
Okay.
I but I have like some kind of somewhat of a relationship with a few of my sisters and my brothers within the family. Yeah,
Yeah.
but not too many.
That's a really transparent,
Yeah.
realistic view of what actual life looks like. So I appreciate you being candid and open about that, because people go through that
Okay.
every day. So yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now you said you were born and or raised in San Francisco, and you live out in you're still on the West Coast now. How was it like growing up in San Francisco at that time under in that blues environment there compared to like the East Coast or the Southeast?
Here, when I here being born and into the music industry out here, well, it was exciting. Basically, it was just basically about my dad. I wasn't really interested in it at the time. When I moved to the South, I moved to the South recently, and I was there for about 12 years. I was in Georgia.
Okay.
When I
Okay.
moved to Georgia, it was a little different. The feeling for the blues was, I mean, it was more potent. They was
Yeah.
expecting, they was wanting it. So I was good. I was able to give it then. But then when I then when I moved back because of the COVID, it's still the same. It's just not like the South, far as the blues,
Yeah.
and it's really really crazy. And every time I perform, I go to the South. I don't do nothing here. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
That blues circuit is amazing, though. It is
Yeah,
like
it is.
the
It is.
the and the fact, the one thing that I love about the blues circuit is that there's such longevity in it.
Mhm.
When you see Lenny Williams still performing, and you see all of these older people that are out there still doing their thing. It's just such a refreshing, and there's no auto tune. It is
Mhm.
pure talent.
No, that's real.
You know,
That's so
pure
real.
talent. So yeah, yeah, I'm just excited to when you get close to North Carolina, me and
Yes.
Sam making the trip.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No doubt about
You
that.
know, that's funny you mentioned Mr. Lenny Williams because I just recently saw him in what was that, Memphis? Because he and I received an award.
Oh
Yeah, he and I,
nice.
yeah, yeah. So, and he was telling me the same thing. I checked out your video. I'm listening to your music. Go ahead, girl. That's what I said.
Yeah, but I was just saying that, talking with him and him sharing stories about legends like your dad and like Sly and the Family Stone and like all these different people that your dad encountered. But then on top of the fact that he was such a huge influence on every genre of music. Like I see here that you sang country music. I can't wait to get into that because that's super cool, and a lot of people don't delve into that part. Um,
Yes.
I have a question though about how when your dad being such the influence that he was, and sometimes not getting the credit um, for his influence, how did that affect you growing up, and how did he deal with that as well?
Music career.
Yeah.
That is that.
Hmm.
Okay, what, like I said, when my father was living, far as him getting the respect that he deserved
Mhm.
at the beginning was difficult because, at that time of the day, it was a little different for us black
Right.
people. So it took a long time for him to get what he deserved. He didn't get the respect until I think he said in the 70s. In the
Wow.
70s is when he actually got recognition on a blues, being a good blues artist and a different type of blues artist from the others.
Mhm.
So then he started being honored with a lot of awards and was able to do things that a lot of blues artists couldn't do. He did. And then
Yeah.
he was the type that's very, very dedicated. So he did it until his last days. So
Yeah.
he started getting that respect, that recognition, and still today, everything is about BB King. And even though my dad's been gone for about 5 years now, everything is
Yeah.
basically still BB King, the
Mhm.
king of blues. And
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like I don't know what happened to the blues without BB King. And now that my dad is gone, we all got to come in and make that blues come back alive because it's just not being recognized for people that did hard work for us being a strong artist in those days, but still their legacy still live on today. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're very blessed to know that we have someone who can continue to carry that legacy and carry that
Thank
torch
you.
and make sure,
Thank you.
that your dad continues to get the recognition, but then you also, I mean, really being inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame, like that is incredible. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
And now, since it is Women's History Month, I'd like to ask from a female's point of view, a woman in blues. You really don't see the media or the labels pushing women in blues. You rarely see it. I mean, in my life
No.
in person, I've only seen maybe I think two that I can remember the performance in person. Well, what do you think it will take to maybe bring the awareness or the I don't know the excitement or something in that realm back to and expose young girls or teenage girls or even young
right.
adults to women in blues? What do you think? What are maybe some of your ideas of what it will take to do that?
So what I'm doing to bring it back to life or get the recognition as a woman in the blues is I have to ride on my father for a minute. I have to
Hmm.
show that I am the daughter of the Mr. BB King, the late BB King, and then put it out there and show them that I can do the job. I can still carry the name, but I
Mm,
can still be that blues artist. So
Right.
I'm kind of really happy that they did label me or gave me that title as being the Queen of Blues, because
hmm.
I'm letting everybody know those doors are open. You can still come out. It don't matter what age you are, as long as you can just
Right.
bring it and say it, you can do it. Anything, just do it and keep that blues alive.
Yes.
So
Yes. That is so exciting.
Yeah.
We have a feature that we do in the summer called Vegan Vibe
okay,
Music Series, and we have a blues week. We have different genres of music, and so we feature the blues on one
oh,
of the Sundays. So we might have to have a conversation after this.
no problem.
Yes,
I was thinking
because
the same thing, Latise, because
that would be
we have a
incredible.
festival here called Barbecue and Blues, and so
Yeah,
Oh,
I know
okay.
somebody that runs it, so I need to make a phone call and put them together.
exactly, exactly. But
Okay,
just so you know,
okay.
that's one of our most popular Sundays. We
Mm.
do it for
Oh,
7 Sundays,
okay.
and
Okay.
it brings out the most eclectic group of people too. So you have this huge diversity of folks that, and that's a question that I want to ask you. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that blues connects all types of diverse individuals?
I think it's because we all got stories to tell,
Yes.
and we can all relate to the stories that's being presented. That's what I think. I know my audience that when I do perform. I hate to say it, it's not so many black audience. It's the other. It's yeah, it is,
Hmm.
and it's surprising, but but we all have that story, and I think that story needs to be told. But we all need to come together so we can all hear that story and celebrate it together.
Yeah.
How I look at
Absolutely.
it,
Yeah, it's so true.
Absolutely.
I look at it. Yeah.
Now you mentioned earlier, and as our audience knows and we know, you've been inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame.
Yes.
What was especially now being the daughter of BB King, what did that feel like for you, like in terms of your career and then just emotionally and as an artist and everything else under the sun? How did that feel
Oh,
when that happened?
it was amazing because I did
Yeah.
not expect that. I got received the award in Connecticut I was inducted to the Georgia Hall of Fame, but the people in
Very nice.
Connecticut is the one that gave it to me, and believe me, it was. I mean, I was ecstatic. I was surprised because I wasn't expecting anything like that. So it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Now, and when did that occur?
That occurred in 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That just recently happened. Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Wow, to be able to make your dad proud in that way. My gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So tell us about, in terms of things that you are doing currently in the community, any type of activism that you do for women or whatever is near and dear to you, because we love to talk about that as well, to bring awareness to things that are important to you. So, do you have any organizations that you'd like to talk about?
I'm not in any kind of organization. I'm not really doing anything with the community, but I have been talking to people about
Hmm.
doing things, and my main focus is homeless. I
Yes.
got to think about people being homeless because I have some family members that were homeless, and
Yeah.
I really got a big thing about that, and I really want to do something in that aspect for us to assist them. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a shame in the United States that we even have that issue. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah,
doesn't matter
yeah,
what city you go to. So yeah,
yeah. People think
yeah.
it's always in like the big urban centers and the big cities, but I mean, I've traveled all around this country as you two have, and I've seen it everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah,
all ages, that's
yes,
what's so bad. Mainly the young ones.
Yeah,
The young
hmm,
people. Oh my goodness, it's sad. It's just sad to me. Yeah.
yeah. It's a devastating situation, and the way that the world is changing so much, that is um, something that we really need to get a handle on. But for someone like you with your notoriety to bring awareness to that type of homelessness, especially with youth, is going to be a phenomenal thing. So we would
Thank you.
love to bring you back to talk more about that too. Whenever
No
we
problem.
get into that part. Um,
Okay.
what else would you like for the audience to know about what you're doing currently and what we can look for from Miss Claudette King?
Basically, as I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of touring. I'm going to be coming out to many, many cities in different states. I would love you to come out to check out me to see what I keep talking about, far as me being the daughter of BB King, and see if you can appreciate a young woman. Because I'm gonna always say I'm young, even though I'm
That's
seasoned.
right. Because
A
honey, you're
always,
woman
fine.
out there
always.
bringing it out there and delivering the way my father wanted me to. So I
That's a
just wanted to give me the
wow.
thumbs up.
That is a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So where can we find you?
My website is claudettebluesking.com. You can go to that website. It'll have my dates on there. It'll have my promos, pictures, whatever you want to look for. It'll have a little bit of information about my book. It'll also give you a little bit about my father. Give you information about my father as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's where should go.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot of information there. You can you can find out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, we come to the time in our interview process that we hate to see happen because we love having amazing conversations. But we could talk all night, but we have to wrap it up at some point. But Miss King, we just want to
Yes.
thank you for taking your time to come talk to us at 72.9 The Voice, and just sharing, your life story and what you've gone through, and giving us some snippets. Not enough that we won't go get the book. So I
All right.
need you guys.
Okay, okay,
I need
okay.
you to go get My Dad and I, right? Or My Dad
Okay.
and Me. Is that what
My
it is?
dad and my dad and me. My
Yep.
dad and
Okay.
me. Yes, yes,
By
yes,
Miss
yes.
Claudette King. Is that on Amazon and Books a Million and Barnes and Nobles and all those places?
That's correct.
It's
That's
already
All
correct.
right.
on Amazon. I had it on there earlier.
I just made it available for it's on ebook as well
Oh,
for
Oh,
nice.
those that can. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, so
I'll
yeah.
download it and listen to it as I'm driving around places. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I'm
okay,
old school.
okay.
I have the paper.
Well, you know what? I get it. I'm an author too, so I like the opening of the book and turning of the page. Yeah, it just does something to
Okay,
you.
That's true.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. Thank you, thank you. I
Absolutely.
really
Thank you so
enjoyed
much.
myself. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I am Latise Howie with Up Close Conversations,
And I'm Sam Robinson with Chaos Conversation.
and we are 72.9 The Voice. We had the most amazing guest, Miss Claudette King. Pick up her book, go to her website, and most of all, go hear her music. All right. Thank you so much, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you guys.